Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the April 9th issue of the Tucson Mortgage Almost Weekly. I'm Todd Abelson, and here's this week's news. First of all, I'd like to wish and hope that everybody had a nice Easter or Passover, or in case you're a mixed family, both Easter and Passover weekend. We did 30-plus people at our house, and what I can tell you is that that's a great party, but it's a lot of work and a ton of cleanup, all well worth it. Okay, here's what's going on. First of all, let's take a quick look at last week. Very early in the week, there was some initial concerns again about Europe. Remember them? Europe having problems, debt crisis, things. Clearly, that's not going away. And so the markets got a little spooked with that. But what really kind of got the markets a little crazy was the Federal Open Market Committee meeting notes were released, and there were two very key points. First of all, there was absolutely zero mention in any of the minutes about any potential for future quantitative easing on behalf of the federal government, and there were actually three of the Federal Reserve Board members that were dissenting against any further assistance. Prior to that, there had only been one, so there's definitely a movement internal of no more government help. On the other hand, the whispers is that the government's willing to step in if the housing problem doesn't get better, so we'll have to kind of sort of see. And then what ended up happening is there was some slight recovery in the market after it took a dump, quite frankly. I mean, bonds just took a dump and rates were up rates were up 0.25%. The market was down huge after that report. We got a little bit of rebounding on Thursday. And then in anticipation of the jobs report, bang, Good Friday hit. And boy, was it ever a Good Friday. Because what ended up happening is that while the jobs report was positive, it was not nearly as good as what was expected. And when the market's trading thin, usually swings are exemplified. So the bond market just took off on Friday, really unexpected, up 70, 75 basis points. So we recouped all of the loss from earlier in the week, and that was a huge surprise. And I think a lot of it was also because, again, thin trading, shortened trading day in honor of the advance of the weekend. So that kind of puts us back this morning as to, okay, well, what now? Well, with no economic reports now and everybody back at the trading desk, boy, the stock market's just having a second brutal day in a row. It's down huge again. We've gotten some continued improvement in bonds, so as of the moment, rates are actually a little bit better than they were beginning of last week. Wild ride. Volatility is clearly key. There is really no conviction out there, and as markets are just reacting to the news at the minute. Okay, what's coming at this week? Well, Thursday and Friday, the Producer Price Index and Consumer Price Index reports, both measures of inflation, are coming out. And that's actually part of one of the wild cards we're looking at, because the anticipation is that the numbers are going to be stronger than last month's, which means we're starting to see inflation trickling in. Now, personally, I've seen it. I mean, you check it out, and what's happening was with the price of gasoline, they're raising prices just to, cover fuel surcharges. I mean, companies are now not billing you for increased services, but they're billing you for increased fuel surcharges just to recover some of their costs. Clearly, that's part of what's going on. And then the other component of it is remember, the first quarter of the stock market of businesses has ended, so now we're going to start getting quarterly earnings and reports coming out this week. So we'll have to see how stocks are doing. Those are the two wild cards, inflation and stock reports. Anyway, more volatility, strap on your seatbelts. Rates are still great. Whether they're up a quarter or down a quarter, they're still great. Remember, if it's starting with a 4 or a 3 point something, I ain't worried about it. Okay, I'm Todd Abelson, Sun Street Mortgage, TucsonMortgages.com. Don't forget to check out the website, and I appreciate it, and have yourself a great and a profitable week. Bye-bye.